Bum-de-bum, 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 Doctor Who review, and it's Christmas. Should I wear the Santa hat? I can't be bothered. I don't feel particularly seasonal after watching Joy to the World, the 2024 Christmas special of the Doctor Who, starring Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor, written by Stephen Moffat. Now, I remember Stephen Moffat. Once said that, the thing about Doctor Who is if you've got the TARDIS, why don't you use it? So I want to get my Space 1999 t-shirt in the shop. Why don't you use it? Well, we had an episode, Joy to the World, or Worlds, depending on what region you're in, where the TARDIS isn't used at all, but time travel plays a big part in it. We go to a time hotel, which again felt a bit... There were some bits in this that felt a bit Douglas Adamsy. The time hotel, the bootstrap paradox with the number to the case, and having to wait around felt very Marvin. But yeah, I didn't like it. Stars again, the much trumpeted Nicola Coughlan as the titular Joy Almondo. That's the name. That's the best they could come up with. Again, I don't want to be rude. But I think that they deliberately cast Nicola Coughlan because of her physique, because they were playing to a stereotype of a lonely, overweight person, like I say, of a certain demeanour. Because loneliness, I think that was the theme. Loneliness, being lonely. You're gonna be lonely this Christmas. They should have played that. But anyway, the idea is that there is a bomb. It was not a bomb. I wasn't sure. What was the weapon? Was a star seed to make a star, but there was no real... Why? Again, don't think about it. Don't think about any of it. Just don't think. Right. There's this bomb that's not a bomb, that's a star seed made by this company that was name-checked in the very first season series of Doctor Who, because Captain Jack had a gun made by them, and they were a villain. The Boom Bomb was made by them, and maybe they're the overarching villain. I don't know. But there was this bomb that's not a bomb, that's an intelligent suitcase that makes people evaporate when they finish with them, because they need to go back in time to make a star. I think that was the plot. Right. If you think about this logically, why would this bomb that's not a bomb, which was kind of intelligent, in a suitcase, have to use a time hotel when obviously they live in a time, this was the year 4000, whatever it was, 4000 and whenever, where obviously time travel is commonplace. Why would you need to use a hotel to go back to the time of the dinosaurs? Specifically, why the time of the dinosaurs? 65 million years, when surely that they've got the time travel technology that's common. Don't think about it, because the whole point of it is Stephen Moffat, right? I think he came up with the ending and worked backwards. This story was infuriatingly dull. It's a story in which, again, I hate to repeat myself, but I'm going to. Nothing happens. There are no stakes. Nothing happens. There are stakes. There are stakes that, this bomb could go off and destroy humanity. But that's not really played up. Because you think originally, again, when the way it's played, the way it unfolds is that, I don't know, this bomb, kind of destroys people, and you think that Joy is going to cop it, but she's not, because again, there are no stakes in this. And And then we have this whole side quest. It goes about Fallout 4. There's a side quest where the Doctor has to spend a year for some reason in the hotel that Joy books into. Oh, I better explain it. Joy books into a hotel inadvertently, which is inadvertently a portal to a time hotel. Now think about this, right? Again, don't think about it, because the more you think about it, the worse it gets. The time hotel has portals to various places throughout time. Can you imagine being the poor sod that goes, yeah, I want to go to 2024, please? And you find yourself in the most dull, miserable hotel of 2024. They don't go to the Ritz or the Carlton or somewhere fantastic. They go to this awful, lonely hotel that Joy has disappeared to because, well, we'll get onto that. And that's the whole concept of it, that she kind of is an interloper, and there's this bomb that's not a bomb, and then there's the Doctor, and then he has to spend a year at this hotel waiting because he hasn't got a TARDIS, because the TARDIS is not used. Remember, Moffat said, what's the point of having a time machine if you don't use it? Well, what if you write into it a whole thing, a time hotel that has time travel just pouring out of it, and time travel becomes really commonplace, and so you have the Doctor running through doors into different times, a bit like a Ray Cooney farce. Now that could have been well done. That could have been done if it was funny. Imagine if there was a chase scene, right? Imagine if somebody, again, I'm being creative with it. I'm not Moffat. I'm not Russell T Davies. I'm just me. I'm no one. I'm just a talking head. I'm somebody wobbling my chops at the camera. But imagine if the Joy character or whoever had the bomb, and they run off and they go through one door and they come out of another, and they run through several different historical things with the suitcase or the bomb or whatever it is, and the Doctor's in hot pursuit, and they just use that as a comedic device. It would have raised the thing, and you could, oh look, they've run through, look, they go, oh look, it's Houdini again. You could go, oh hello Houdini, oh hello you, and they could have really played with it, but we didn't get that. We got, again, a very small feeling, very tiny, and it's small because everything's done on a closed stage on a blue screen or green screen, and so it feels incredibly tiny and very, very small. Again, compare this to 73 Yards, which again was outdoors and went to places. It went to, outdoor, the cliffside, to the stadium, to on the train. There were things happening. In this small, tiny thing, nothing happens. So anyway, the Doctor has to spend a year in a hotel waiting, which is just to waste our time and his time. It goes nowhere because he doesn't say to the receptionist, Anita, who I thought was quite good in it, but I thought that she was odd because she didn't go, oh, there's a lizard man, oh, the starseed will rise and the flesh will rise. Starseed would, what's it in the flesh? She went, oh, that's nice. It was commonplace to her. Maybe that's because she's in London and everything is commonplace in London. But yeah, the Doctor then he gives himself, by a bootstrap paradox, gives himself the code to unlock the case or shut the case or lock the case or whatever it was, so it doesn't blow up or kill Joy. Yeah, that was what it did. And then there's a dinosaur which eats the case and poops the case, which sends it to another time, and then they have to use a rope to which he steals to. I mean, and the whole cheese toast in a pumpkin latte, spice latte, whatever the thing. Room service never introduces themselves like that. They say room service first. This is how bad the writing is. Moffat can't say him saying room service, here's your order, say the order. Have you ever been in a hotel when anyone's ever just burst into your room and gone, here's what you ordered by name? No, they knock They say room service, and you open the door. But you can't do that because that, you see, it doesn't work. You think about it, you think about real life or any kind of thing, and it's just so you can present this little mystery of, oh, why is he presenting this dish? Why is he doing this? Oh, because it looks good in a teaser trailer. It's bad writing. The world doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. None of it works. Oh boy. So where was I? Yeah, and then he insults Joy. He's really horrible to her. Just so, again, you know why he's doing that, because he wants the case to deactivate, because that's suddenly a thing. He doesn't learn that. There's no great reveal. He just presumes. He just presumes that that's the mechanism for breaking the I don't know, psychic link or I don't know. It just does the thing because the thing is the thing. All right. He doesn't say, I've experienced this technology before. I think, off camera, to one side, I know this technology. Because again, the more you think about it, the more it just falls apart. None of it makes narrative sense. Things happen because they just happen. Badly written trash. It is absolute trash. Real bad story writing. There is a good story in here, but this ain't it. And again, there was some things about mansplaining and men. She's very anti-men because men are bad. Of course we are. We're evil. We're responsible for everything that's wrong in the world. So alienate, half your audience with that. Alienate the ones that think about this stuff. There will be people that just eat it up like cold sick. They eat it up, and then he uses a rope to open the thing to get to the bomb, but then when he goes, the bomb's not there because fat girl, the fat girl eats the bomb. What? She can absorb the bomb. Of course she can. That makes sense. What? And then she floats up into the sky, which is the most comedic thing I've ever seen. Fat girl floats. Okay. Now, I'm not making a comment on Nicola Coughlan's physique. That's up to her. I don't have to. I'm not married to her, so it doesn't affect me in any way. But, being overweight is not good for you. It leads to health issues. I've been overweight. It leads to health issues later in life. It's not a good look. You shouldn't be promoting it. Even if it's used under the guise of body positivity, it's not healthy. It's not good for you, okay? So let's stop it. But fat girl eats the bomb. Becomes the star. Now, when they started talking about stars, right, I wish they were here, but my kids do not want to do the review with me. They do not want to be seen on camera doing this. My son says, I hate Doctor Who. I hate it, he says. He actually hates Doctor Who because of what they've done to it. Not that he was a big fan. Yeah, exactly. So, don't start while I'm doing a video. Just had to let the dog out. You know what dogs are like. They always go off on one when you're doing a video. So, yeah, Fat Bird eats the bomb. And I said, Star of Bethlehem. Star of Bethlehem, I went. Star of Bethlehem. And lo and behold, Fat Bird floats into the sky and becomes the Star of Bethlehem, which isn't offensive to anyone. Isn't offensive to anyone. But this isn't before we discovered that COVID, because they didn't name it explicitly, but her mother dies and she's still grieving all those years later, and that's why she's gone to the hotel, because she can't be around people enjoying Christmas because she's selfish, and so she wants to lock herself away because she's lonely. because she's a fat bird, lonely fat bird trope. And you just sit there and go, God, blimey. Now, it would have worked if this would have been set in 2021, a year after her mother's death. No, the first Christmas away from her mother. It would have worked. I would have had the emotional punch, the gut punch there. That would have worked. And of course, there's lots of people going, yeah, the Tories, Tories bad. Hey, look, the Labour Party would not. Keir Starmer was partying too, but he didn't get fingered because, And look what they're doing. They're all shits. Oh, let's bash the Tories. Yeah, but hey, Labour Party, look what they're doing. We're only was it? We 6 months in yet? And look what they're up to, eh? Ah, well, you'll learn. They'll learn you. They're going to tank the economy, right? Just so they can say, we need stronger ties with Europe. But nobody talks about the EU economy, where the Eurozone is tanking itself. And there's a massive lurch to the right, because everyone's very upset over there for various reasons. We won't go into that. So anyway, Fat Bird becomes the Star of Bethlehem, which isn't offensive to anyone. I can't see anyone being offended by the idea that the Star of Bethlehem was created by a fat bird eating a bomb. And then it cuts to her mother, who sees the star, because that was years in the past, because why not? And her mother is in bed dying of COVID, but she's not going... She's like that. So maybe she's just dying of, I don't know, an ingrown toenail. And suddenly a light comes out of her chest. Like what? And that's the episode. And I thought it was an idea scribbled on the back of a beer mat that was stretched to 50 minutes, was it? It felt like longer. And it was probably, again, the writing is the worst thing. The actors who take part in it, they're fine. There's no bad acting. It's not the actors. Again, even Shuti Gatwa, I really want to see him get a fair crack at this. I think he could be really good, but the stories just are getting worse and worse and worse. And they shoe on they shoe in all the messaging. And God, there's so much messaging. Will vary again. Various pairings, if you know what I mean. There's messaging. There's messaging left, right, and centre. But that's what it is. This is all about. This is about doing the messaging. But it's not a good story. And then we hung around for the new Wallace and Gromit, movie. I guess it was a bit movie. Now that is how you write a story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it all makes sense. It has an internal logic, an internal universe, and everything hangs together lovely. And at the end, you go, hurrah! Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat, go and watch Wallace and Gromit. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then you'll figure out how to write a decent story, because this ain't it. And if you loved it, good for you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but it was not joyful. I'm going to leave it there. It was just the worst. And guess what? We've got another series coming, and that looked like a load of old bum as well. So that teaser, but hey, we do it so we can moan. It gives us something to do, doesn't it? And I'm off, because there's noises outside the door. There's noises. So thank you for watching. That was my Doctor Who review. An absolute waste of everybody's time. A story that did nothing. As usual, nothing. No stakes, nothing was gained, nothing was lost. Fat Bird turns into a Star of Bethlehem. That was it. Stupid. Remember, be careful you put your sonic screwdriver. Ta-ta.